I'm Harrison Keeley. Here's what you need to know today. First, will the Navy officer who used his own gun to fire at the Chattanooga attacker be charged with the crime? Former Senator Jim Webb says the U.S. Navy is seriously considering charging Lieutenant Commander Tim White. Current regulations prohibit most service members from being armed on U.S. soil. White could be charged with using a firearm on federal property. Governor Bill Haslam says the decision is up to the Navy. The trucker involved in the deadly I-75 wreck in Ooltewah is now charged with 6 counts of vehicular homicide. 39-year-old Benjamin Brewer is also charged with reckless aggravated assault, driving under the influence of narcotics, speeding, and making false reports about his duty status. The NTSB says Brewer was on duty for about 50 consecutive hours in the days leading up to the crash, and that he drove for 15 consecutive hours before the crash happened. Chattanooga police have issued an order for his arrest. A 17-year-old boy was struck in a drive-by shooting last night in Chattanooga. The boy told police that he was sitting on a porch in East Chattanooga when he heard gunshots from a white SUV. He's expected to survive. Anyone with information is asked to call the police. The National Soccer Championship will be held here. The Chattanooga Football Club will compete against the New York Cosmos B team. The match is 7:30 p.m. Saturday at Finley Stadium. Tickets are $10 online at ChattanoogaFC.com or $12 at the gate. Hamilton Place Mall may get new ramps on and off Interstate 75. The plan is expected to relieve traffic on Shallowford Road. The Chattanooga City Council will consider the $40 million project today. TDOT would pay $32 million of the cost. The mall's owner, CBL, would pay the rest. The Siskin Institute's research director has lost his job. Robin McWilliam had spent 7 years in the position. He says he was the second highest paid employee after the president. The cut comes after the institute decided to close its Center for Child and Family Research. McWilliam says it's because of budget tightening and bad chemistry with President John Fairmont. He says the decision to let him go was, quote, pretty stupid. Questions are being raised that undocumented workers are helping build Volkswagen's plant expansion in Chattanooga. City officials say they plan to check out the assertions. A VW spokesman says if there is evidence that illegal workers are on the job site, the company is pursuing it. A Chattanooga man has been sentenced to 5 years in prison on cocaine charges. 42-year-old Joe Jenkins was arrested after federal investigators used wiretaps to listen to conversations he had with his brother. Finally, the ex-convict accused of killing a Memphis police officer during a traffic stop has turned himself in. 29-year-old Tremaine Burns is accused of shooting Officer Sean Bolton during an interrupted drug deal on Saturday. Turning to weather, today will be sunny with a high near 96 degrees. Tonight's low will be around 72. That's it for today's news. Thanks for being with us. You can find more on these stories and breaking news at timesfreepress.com.